Well, honestly, it's all I can tell is that. Have you ever wondered what happens when technology and revenue together? Yes, you are right. That's me, Prati Agarwal. Who is influencing many women young, these are great business ladies, and I also look forward to you. And it's a great pleasure meeting you today and having you on board here for our interview. Thank you for your time. And we would like to learn more about what is technology because this is a very niche market and you get international clients and bring business from all over the world. Would you like to share more about it?
Hi, first of all, thank you, Pooja, for introducing. It was so nice and flattering. And yes, Burdus Technologies Private Limited is like my first baby, my first child. We started off this company in 2016 around, and the journey is very interesting and inspiring for me, and I think for all of us, I must say. And this is a company in which we deal about the technology. We create in-house technology. We have our own R&D team, and then we create technology, we IP it, and then we promote the new upcoming technologies in the market and to sell it off. This is exactly what Burdus Technology does.
Wow, that sounds super interesting.
It is.
So, if you like to share like what influenced you, what motivated you, and how it's all started?
That is very interesting actually. How it started, it's a very different story and we didn't actually plan for it. So I actually had a company, I used to do business summits initially under the banner of Legacy International. And I used to do a lot of business summits and I think half of the Singapore know me as doing the events, the business events. So I was doing it very successfully and it was a profitable company. But then I realized, that it is a good idea. I'm making profit about it, but I'm not seeing the level of growth in it which I wanted. I always wanted to build my multi-million and, I still have a multi-billion-dollar company dream to build in. So that event company was not giving me that satisfaction that I cannot reach that level. So I started an idea to explore something. Instead of event company, I want to switch idea to something where I can, actually implement my dreams. So I always used to say this to my husband that, I want some different business idea to implement. And I explored many different ideas to work on the idea, then what should I go on for?
Yes. And definitely because you have an IT background, you have done your studies in IT.
Yeah, I'm an engineer gold medalist. And at the same time, my husband is very passionate in technology and science creation. So one fine day, he said to me, it happens, not everybody can follow their passion. He has a heart in science, but he is in finance. So he's like, I also want to, do and more science and create technologies. And there it might give me the idea, oh my God. The idea sitting at my home and I'm exploring it all over the world. And there the journey of technology started. And I'm like, good, I will create a technology company and do the business of a technology. Because technology can, if go correctly, then technology can lead you to that exponential expansion and the growth idea. Yeah, and being an engineer myself, yeah.
You have also done engineering. Did that help you in your study?
Definitely, I'm from an engineering background. I'm a gold medalist in engineering. So that definitely helped me and gave me the confidence to start a technology company at first, number one. And all the technologies that are being built in-house, I can able to understand them, process them, deploy them, market them is because of my education background, definitely, yes.
So, Krati, what are your roles and responsibilities? Would you like to share about it?
Yeah, in the company, my roles and responsibilities are like very clear and concrete. Like we have an in-house technology creating team, R&D team, where technology is getting ready. But technology is just so raw that people are not ready to accept it just like that, So we have to deploy it in some lifestyle environment where we get the prototype done and the real implementation done, and then to find the clients and to sell it off, to run the business, handling the company management. That's all my roles and responsibilities.
Wow.
So it is a very different and niche market. It's not like any regular company of product dealing or distributorship or manufacturing. It's a very different market line.
Oh, wow. So there are many things on your plate right now. I'm sure the journey might not be that easy as it sounds. Would you like to share about the challenges you have faced in the past and your current challenges? And how do you overcome this?
Every time. There is nothing without challenges anyways you face and all the time. So when I started, the main challenge was I was new to Singapore and not many connect, and especially, but the good thing is I used to do a business summits before that, so I got a good business connect before because of that. So, and my company market skill is very different. It's a technology line with a technology selling, which is not very common domain we were dealing with. That was the biggest challenge we faced that time. But now I think the challenge is very different. And I would like to cater this to everybody. The challenge which we face today is, even today, many people don't relate women to many particular things. They relate women with, okay, they're doing events, they are doing boutique work, they are doing cookery business. They accept them. But when women comes to technology business, something where they demand high intellect, they literally ignore it. Even today, I face the line, oh, women cannot do this. Women cannot do this. I'm like, at this age, in 21st century, in first world country like Singapore, if I have to debate this topic, that's the worst example I will say to all the daughters, like all our daughters out there. I mean, I have to really answer this, that women cannot do this. I mean, I understand and I accept that majority are men. There is no debate about it. There is no debate about it. In business, majority is men. But there are 1, 2, 3, 5 out of 100 women are also there. Please respect them and accept them equally. They are not asking you to appreciate them, give them award or something. But you have no right to insult them also, insult all the years of hard work just because they're born women. I mean, dude, this is not interesting and this is not accepting at this time and at this age. So this is the real challenge. I still face it. Now I'm established here business-wise from long time, so in my business community I don't face it. But even then, any new person I meet today, so the first challenge is, any high intellectual work, they still doubt. You women cannot do it. And you can see that, sense of doubt in their eyes if they don't say it also. And you're like, oh my God, you cannot, I don't even talk about it, That is the biggest challenge, number one. And challenge number 2 is appearance. This also I want to say loud to everybody. Do not connect intellect with the physical appearance. People have this in mind, the people who are intellectual must be geek looking, nerdy looking, or might be wearing specs all the time. If you are a bit of fashionable, then you are not intelligent or you don't have an intellect. People have this, if she is fashionable, then intelligence or dimag to hoga hi nahi. This is still a common point. People say that and face that all the time. So that time has gone. The time has gone long back when intelligence and is being connected to nerdy looks and just the specs and all the time. I mean, appearances doesn't define intelligence and your brain at all. Now I'm established enough, so now I don't face that so often. But even today, any new person comes in front of me and they got to know about it and they give me this reaction, I don't debate about it. I'm like, it's okay, consider me man, relax.
It is clearly sad to hear that part of society still feels that this is a male-dominated industry, whether it is real estate or whether it is technology. We have an example of Sudha Mistry, who is the co-founder of Infosys Research, and Kriti is on the same path. She's creating wonders in the field of technology today. And Kriti, you are also breaking the stereotypes by being interested in the real estate industry itself. Would you like to share more about your passion in this field?
That's true, actually. I love investing in real estate. That's my passion from a very young age. So I invest a lot in real estate and commercials, rentals, and plots and residentials and different fields. So I always believe, I want to create my own empire, and real estate gives me this hit that, yeah, this is my empire. So I think that's why I'm so passionate about it. Yep, true.
That's very inspiring. So Kriti, are you looking forward to the NRI1 event, which is the largest Indian property investment festival happening here in Singapore?
Absolutely, all the time. I mean, being a passionate real estate investor, I love to go to NRI1 because they bring everything and all the builders under one umbrella. And at the comfort of your home, sitting here in Singapore, you can get everything. So definitely I look forward to it. And I love interacting there and choosing what exactly I'm looking for.
Yes, because they have a wide range of portfolio. More than 30 developers are coming from each and every state of India. And they'll be here on this weekend on 21st of July 2024 at Marina Bay Sands Expo. So Krati, do you also invest in NCR region?
Of course, NCR is my area. That is my core expertise. That is like my core zone to invest. Why not?
What a coincidence. We have Paras Tech for coming to Singapore on 19th of July. They'll be having an exhibition from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Marina Bay Sands Expo. And I would like to take this opportunity to invite you and see their portfolio of developments to this wonderful event where you can see a wide range of portfolio of all the biggest developments happening with them.
Oh, I'll be there for sure.
See you. Thank you, Krati.
You're welcome, Pooja.
By the way, now this has ended. I want to ask you a personal question.
Okay.
What do you know Nilsson Video House and how has been your experience with him?
We to have a long journey together. I told you I used to do business summits and everything. So I'm working with Video House and Anilji from long time. So we used to fight a lot. We used to, oh my God, interact a lot. But he is an amazing person to market, to develop, and the core of Singapore's heart. He knows that of all the events, the Video House is always there.
You have worked with him for quite a few years now. How has been your journey with him?
I've seen a greater difference when he got the life-changing and life-threatening stroke. He used to be like a rowdy fighter and that kind of a personality before. But as you say, life teaches in their own way. And when he met and when he, go through that life-threatening stroke, and life really changed him to a different way. He has become more spiritual. He has become more understanding, and he has become like more, when you start seeing the life and everything in a different perspective. That's how Anil has become now.
Yeah, but the only thing which has not changed with Anil sir is that his passion for girls and his perfection for every minute details in his work. So hats off to Video House and to Anil sir. Signing off, Pooja and Krati.